We keep on moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down.
Come on, hats, there we go. I'll take that, that's a hats bonus. There we go, let's get a bite of this. Let's get a bite.
Carnival Radiance, who's ready for vacation?
Yeah! This is going to be the elevator that Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. I'm sorry, not 9 a.m. 8 a.m. I'm a little tired still. Almost 8 a.m. And it is port day. I forget which day of the vlog it's on. I think this is day 4 of the vlog. I am getting ready for a morning. I'm actually gonna go check the casino really quick to see if there's a slot that's worth playing. Won $500. As I probably mentioned, I won $500 and then I put it back into the casino and I'm not really that happy about it. So, and the $500 was won because I chose the right slot. It was a high limit. It was a high limit machine and I picked the right machine at the right time. Yeah. Gonna do that, and then after that I'll go back to the room, get all the things I need for ports, and then I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Go do that. Most important meal of the day. I will be on my way to ports. Now, again, I don't know how much vlogging I'm gonna be able to do while I'm at ports, but it's gonna vary. I'd say the amount of content that that part will vary. I might be able to get a lot of content. I might be able to get a little bit of content. I might just be able to get pictures, but either way, I'll give you guys inside scoop of Cabo and what to expect and all that. So we're fixing to get into the island. I think I can see Cabo from the distance. I already know what it looks like. I already do, but yeah, I think I can see it from the distance. It's right, oh god, you can't even see my finger. It's right over there where the rocks are. I can see it. But yeah, I can see Cabo from the distance. And yeah, we're approaching the island Cabo is, and we're got some hotels over there, some resort areas. There's a bunch of resorts. This is the Pacific side. There's a bunch of resorts around here, but then there's also a lot more resorts in the Gulf of Mexico side, right? Gulf of Mexico? Yeah. There's also a bunch more resorts in the Gulf of Mexico side. I've stayed in Cabo numerous times. I know the ins and outs of this. I've never stayed in the Pacific side, but I've always went into the Gulf of Mexico side. I remember when I first went to Cabo, my first resort I went to, I think it was the Rio Palace, which was all-inclusive. And for starters who want to, I guess, experience Cabo and maybe go to a hotel, food is included, and you don't want too many gotchas. Well, I guess there might be gotchas when you're seeing it all-inclusive, but if you don't want too many gotchas, like you have to pay for everything sort of thing, then all-inclusive, Rio Palace, Rio Santa Fe, those are good hotels for first-timers. I wouldn't recommend it for a seasonal traveler to Cabo. It's something that I would kind of recommend for first time, right? If you're looking to go there, maybe stay for a couple days. They got it going on. It's all inclusive. Yeah, first recommendation. I'll give you guys quite a few other recommendations throughout the trip of what I recommend and what I don't. So restaurants, beaches, fun places to go to. Okay, just a little update, guys. We're even closer to the port. Even closer. You can get an even closer view than you can even see a closer view than what you saw earlier. So, okay, but yeah, we got an even closer view here. You can kind of see the resorts over there. If you want to come over here, Connor, you can.
I will. I just gotta make sure I have my stuff.
That's fine. All right, the resorts are over there. Maybe I can zoom in on it here because it looks better in person. That does. All right, that's better. You guys can see the resorts over there now. And like I said, there's a lot more resorts on the Gulf of Mexico side. I've never stayed on the Pacific side at all. I don't know how it is. I've heard you can't really get in the ocean. I mean, you could, but it's one of those things. As soon as you get in the water, you're going to sink because the the oceans over here are not as shallow as the ones on the Gulf of Mexico side. So better not to go to the beach on the, if you're on the Pacific side, and just go to the Gulf of Mexico. Go to beaches on the Gulf of Mexico side where all the main action happens, where the marina and all that is. So yep, I will, looks like we're getting really close. We're really nearing to Cabo, so I will let you guys know when we get to Cabo. I'm heading over to go get some breakfast. I think is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some bagels. I'll actually see if I can get a breakfast pizza as well. I'll see if they're still doing that. I was told that they're not doing the breakfast pizza anymore, so we'll see though. That's just one of those other things to, I've probably taken 6 cruises with Carnival, this being my 7th maybe. Or I'm sorry, maybe 5 cruises with Carnival, this being my 5th cruise, and I definitely noticed the changes. So it's sad that the pizza is not 24 hours anymore, which, okay, it probably is a new procedure after COVID that they need to clean the place, but the issue now is that they keep reducing the hours, and so that's an issue that I'm trying to fight off, so I don't enjoy that, I don't. But okay, I'll see you guys back once I go and get in the bagel line. Alright, I am in the bagel line, getting some bagels. So, the menu here. Can I get the Breakfast Club?
Breakfast club?
Yes. Is that your most popular bagel?
Yes.
Alright.
Next order, sir. What's your order?
Can I get the 2 and the 4?
2 and 4?
Yeah.
Do you
Guys?
also have pizza?
Pizza will be ready 11 o'clock.
Oh, really? No more pizza. No more breakfast pizza. Okay, that's a bummer.
We have breakfast pizza there in the buffet.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they serve there only.
Alright.
2 and 4?
What the heck?
Next order, sir? 2 and 4 as well.
Alright, he's about to make my bagel. Uh-oh.
Yo, what time are you trying to hop on? 11?
Probably.
What is pushing you to see that?
Thank you very much. Alright. That's my breakfast club, guys. Alright. Got my bagel. So I'll give it a try. Alright, well, I'm sorry to have to really say this, but those bagels were just 5 out of 10. I mean, they were okay. The issue with mine, it fell apart on me. Maybe I just came with the worst. I don't know. My bagel fell apart on me, and yeah, it just wasn't good. It wasn't that good. And the thing that kind of makes me want to give my rating kind of even more negative is there's no more pizza. No more pizza anymore. I used to come in all the time, and at least once or 2 days on the cruise, I used to get breakfast pizza, which essentially cheese or pepperoni or whatever they have, right? It wouldn't just be like a breakfast pizza, but I would get whatever they have. I would get it for breakfast. And that's really fun. That's the fun of it, I think. Getting pizza for breakfast, and now that's not an option anymore. You can't necessarily get pizza for breakfast anymore. They replaced it with bagels now. I'm not really sure what their intention of doing that was. Maybe because no one was getting the pizza. But again, that's a mistake in my opinion. I don't know why they replaced it with bagels. Bagels are not even Italian at all. They're putting something non-Italian at the pizza place in the mornings, and Why not put like an Italian breakfast over there? All right, well, there's my rant today. There's my rant. I'm sorry, guys, you have to hear that, but oh, they're getting ready over there. They're doing stuff over there. They're prepping to open over there. That caught my eye. That really caught. All right, guys, that caught my eye. But yeah, bagels weren't that impressive in my opinion. They really could have done better. They really could have. I feel like they missed the mark by not doing the pizza. In addition to that, they don't have 24/7 ice cream now. They stopped a while ago when they did the pizza, but yeah, they missed the mark when they stopped doing that. So they really did. All right, well, the stop in Cabo's coming up soon. So once we get to port, we'll port back. You guys, we're getting really close. All right, here's Cabo. And there's the Gulf of Mexico side I was talking about with all the resorts and all the action. There it is. Got all that stuff over there. Sorry guys, I stopped the recording there. But yeah, and looks like we got other cruise ships docked at the same time as us as well. So we're not the only ones docked today. We're not the only ones. I think that's a, what is that? That's Holland America, I think, right? That's as close as I can zoom in. I don't know what that is. That might be MSC. Guys, if you know what that is, let me know in the comments on what that cruise ship is. But yeah, we got another ship in dock, so we're not the only ones here. Damn, I keep pressing the button to stop the recording. I don't know why, but yeah, we're getting really close. And there's the rock formation over there I was talking about earlier. There it is. There's that rock formation. So, yep. Yeah, all those resorts once again. All those resorts. I could probably zoom in a little bit on that. There's the beach. There's the beach I'll probably be going to, maybe. That's the best beach in my opinion. It's the Medano Beach, I think it is. Medano Beach. I'm probably butchering it. I'll let you guys know what beach that is. I'll have to let y'all know. I think that's Medano Beach though. And then of course you got the resorts over there. That's the Pacific side over there. And then once we come over here, once we get across here, we'll be on the Gulf of Mexico side. So there's I think over there, right over there, that's the Casa Dorada. I think that's it. I think that's the Casa Dorada. And then I'm trying to think where else. That over there, where my finger is pointing, that tan building. I think that might be the Rio Santa Fe or Rio Palace. I could be wrong. It might be a different hotel. Could be wrong. I was trying to get my bearings straight here, trying to remember what each resort is here, but I know that resort over there, those buildings over there, that has to be the Casa Dorada. And then you have the marina where all those boats are. Where we're coming up here, you have the marina. We're about to approach the marina. So there we go. Oh, I'm starting to get service. I'm starting to get service, guys. I'm getting all the texts coming in as we're approaching. So. Yep. Okay. So officially, for real, when the ship gets to port, we'll get you guys going. Here we are on the tender boat going into Cabo. I sadly had to mute the audio for this due to the background music. I wanted to show you guys the boat ride there, as well as where it takes you to, so a voiceover will do for this. For those who are not aware, Cabo San Lucas is a tender port, which essentially means that the ship cannot dock directly at a pier due to shallow water, limited infrastructure, or environmental restrictions. Instead of walking off the ship, passengers are ferried to shore and back to the ship using smaller vessels known as tender boats. Initially, I planned to get off right as the ship docked. However, there was some sort of new check-in process that had to be done that I was not aware of. So instead of getting off the ship after it docked, we ended up getting off a couple of hours later. I was probably not in a spot where I could hear the announcements very well,
so maybe something was announced at the time about this and I did not hear it. I've done a lot of ranting in this vlog. I've cut out some of the ranting that was not relevant to this present day, but I think overall what was really my fault was that I did not do enough research prior to this cruise. Sure, there may have been one thing or two that was on Carnival's end, but the majority of my complaints were on me for not doing enough research. Prior to this cruise, it had been a couple of years since I had been on a cruise. I had noticed that a lot has changed from the time I took a cruise a couple of years ago to this cruise. I am going on a cruise soon. By the time this vlog comes out, I might currently be on it. I plan to ensure I have done my research. Hopefully there will not be as many complaints on those vlogs. Cabo is a wonderful port, lots to see and do. I like that cruise ships stop here. If you like sightseeing and exploring like I do, there's a lot you can pack into your day. Sightseeing was the whole idea of why we went. The moment we got off, we walked to a restaurant called The Outpost, which is a restaurant that is slightly outside of the marina that has a bunch of American fare, as well as some traditional Mexican dishes as well. We highly recommend this restaurant and it is worth the walk. After eating, we explored some of the shops outside of the marina, and we walked to Cabo. For those who are not familiar with Cabo, this is the place where Sammy Hagar performs when he does his tours in Cabo. It's such a fun experience, and I recommend it. Note, if you plan to buy something at their gift shop, you are not able to barter on the prices. Prices sold as is. We ended the day by buying churros at Churros Rellenos at the marina. I highly recommend this spot for those who get around to that area. It is over close to the mall area. These are the best churros I have had. For those who want a bite to eat but may want to stick to the marina as opposed to venturing outside, there's a ton of good spots. Sancho's Bar and La Chichita are my top picks. For beach access, I recommend Madonna Beach. This is not the area where the arches are, however this will give you access to a ton of restaurants. My most favorite restaurant along Madonna Beach is called Omega. That place is really solid. There is also another restaurant along there called The Office, and that restaurant is good too. Both restaurants are tacos and Mexican fare. There are a bunch of water taxis that will transport you from the marina to the beach. I do not recommend this. You are able to walk from the marina to the beach and then back to the cruise pier, and that walk is about 20 or 30 minutes both ways. If you absolutely have to take a taxi, then I would recommend taking a land taxi or an Uber, as usually they will only charge you between $7 to $20 one way, depending on where the destination is. If you absolutely feel like you need to take a water taxi, the typical cost of a water taxi in Cabo is between $10 to $20 per person. However, vendors may spike rates to $30 to $50 per person when cruise ships are docked, or if you are doing a private charter. If you find a water taxi for $10 to $20 per person round trip, then you got a good deal. However, any rate above that would be considered cruise ship rates. Always agree on pricing before boarding. There is so much more I could talk about Cabo, and I could go on and on this, but it would probably take up the whole video and beyond talking about it. Hopefully these recommendations help someone out. As a good question of the day, what's your favorite thing to do in Cabo? Let me know in the comments section below.
Alright, so I just got done doing a ship tour. Wow, that was a very disorganized disembarkation to Cabo. That really was. Wasn't too happy about what went down there. Okay, so take things kind of first things first. So we get to Cabo, we pack our stuff, we're excited to go. And then as we get down, we're starting to go to the gangway, I guess, to get ready to get on the tender. We try to clarify where everything is, and what they started asking us was, have you checked in through the mobile app to basically make a reservation to get on the tender? And I'm like, what? What? Yeah, that expression, literally that's how I was like, but I was like, what? I didn't hear about that. But they were like, we made that announcement yesterday. I'm like, what? Well, I didn't listen to that. So I get on the Carnival Hub. I have to, in order for you to use Carnival Hub, you have to disconnect from Wi-Fi and you have to go through the airplane mode. You can't go through it over cellular data, not even with just the Carnival Wi-Fi. So I had to disconnect from mobile data, go on airplane mode, go check into the Carnival Hub app, and then register for it. But when I did that, notice I couldn't do it. The best time for it was like 1:06, and ship time was 10:30. So I was like, anyways, I was not able to do it. Ship time was 10:30 at the time, and I wanted to, the latest time I could get was 1:06. I was like, what the heck? That's really the latest time I can get to get off the boat to go to Cabo? That seems ridiculous. So I go to guest services because in my view, that seemed a little ridiculous. So I went to guest services and they were like, oh yeah, that's unfortunately the only time that's available. Your group 46 and the latest time is 106. I'm like, that's crazy. So in the end, we decided to take it because we had big plans in Cabo. We decided to still do it, so we did it. It's unfortunate though. So we waited a little bit. We ordered a drink. Okay, so let me track back really quick. The next question I asked guest services was, how long has this system been in place for? How long was it in place, and when did they start enforcing this? I know there's always been a system kind of get on the tender. They've always been calling groups, right? But they never had something like this so disorganized, and they've never had something like how this is set up. So I asked them, they're like, we've had this all the time, sir. This has always been set up. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. So I assumed the person I was speaking to was new, so I was like, okay, that's okay, because they told me it's been set up all the time. They've never had an old system in place. It's always been set up all the time, right? I don't remember who I speak to. I didn't get their name. There's no point. There's no point. They're just ship crew. They're not corporate. They're crew. They can only do so much, right? Then we get to the bar. Then my friend and I, we get to the bar. We ordered a drink. Of course, I get non-alcoholic. I don't drink. You guys know that. I won't drink. We get to the bar. We order a drink. While I'm drinking, I spot the cruise director. I guess I asked him for his input. So I asked him, and he was like, well, hello, sir, welcome back. He notices my gold card. He notices I'm a past cruiser, that I've been cruising for a while. He tells me to welcome back, and I did appreciate the warm welcome by Leo. I did. That was really good to be welcomed warmly by Leo. But I asked him, hey, how long has this system been in place for? And he told me that, oh, well, it's only been in place for 2 weeks. The system, it's only been in place for 2 weeks. The time that I was essentially quoted was a worst case scenario kind of thing. So they told me that I could get in much earlier, that he told me could have been within 30 to 45 minutes we could be getting on. And so I was like, okay, great, that sounds good. I mean, it was earlier, but the thing is, why was I lied to by guest services, right? But then I check in with the cruise director later, and now you have to have a time to disembark. Like, you have to reserve a time to disembark now. Even with express debarkation, you have to reserve a time to get off as well. You can't get up and just get off the ship. With express self-debarkation, you have to reserve a time now, which is interesting. But I luckily asked him, and he helped me reserve a time. We reserved a time right there, and it's good that we did that, because I have an early flight. I have an early flight ahead of me, so that's how it went. I was able to get that time reserved. Luckily, I probably did it before everyone else too, so that's good. So now I have a time reserved early on. Get off port early, get out of the parking lot, get to the airport, and get going from there. But what I'm ultimately, these things happen. It does happen. Communication, sometimes new things happen and goes haywire. I understand. These people on the ship are just crew. I'm not mad about the crew. They're doing a good job to try to make our experience really, really pleasurable, enjoyable, and I like the crew here. But what I'm ultimately mad at is Carnival had to know what was going on, but they did not communicate at all. They didn't really send me any emails or anything stating that, hey, there's been changes since the last time. And I'm a seasoned cruiser. I've been cruising with Carnival for a while, so the fact I'm not really alerted that there's been changes apart from what's on Carnival's website, right? There's a lot of things on Carnival's website, and these changes don't really reflect what's on according to what I checked weeks ago. It didn't really reflect what's on Carnival's website. So if there are changes like this where you have to reserve your debarkation from port and debarkation from the ports, basically Long Beach, then it would really be nice to get informed, for someone to reach out and someone to contact me. Unfortunately now, with all these changes, it's making me just be unaware. It's making me confused, essentially, making me feel really confused. As an experienced cruiser, I don't feel valued at all. I don't feel valued. I mean, they're making these changes. They're not really alerting me as a seasoned cruiser about it. It's not really. It's making me feel off, essentially. Making me feel off, and it just kind of makes me wonder what are other cruise lines doing? I mean, do other cruise lines want my business at this point? And I don't know. I really like Carnival. I really like them, but there's other things that are going on too. And I will say this right now: I did not get any. Normally they'll give you towels to go to port with and take them off the boat, and they did not give us any towels. And I think this was for other passengers too. They didn't give us any port towels at all, and I was told I had to go to the towel hut, but I was told at the towel hut, don't bring them off the ship. I don't know. I don't think they give you any port towels anymore. And of course, they don't tell you online. They tell you online they'll give you the towels, but I think now you have to bring your own towels to go to port with. They no longer provide you any port towels. So just a fair note, if you're cruising with Carnival, don't rely on them to give you port towels. They're not going to do it anymore. Yeah, this is a long rant. I'm sorry, long story, I should say. 10-minute story, but it's just disappointing. I don't even want to have to walk around the ship and have to really tell you guys, hey, this is the experience I've been having as a seasoned cruiser. I mean, this is the experience, and there's a few more things I could say, but unfortunately, this is what's going on right now is the main event. It really is. So, yep, that's what I have. 11 minutes just explaining all that. So let's get back into this. Get back into the blog. I'm gonna go hang out by the pool for the rest of the time. Try to calm down. Still feel a little eerie about this, but just try to calm down a little bit. I'm gonna try to calm down. I'm gonna go out by the pool and hang out and just relax. That's what I need. I need to enjoy my vacation. So I won't be vlogging for a little bit. I might do a food review. I might do a food review to end out the vlog. But other than that, I probably will end it. Maybe might get some other content and might do it. But otherwise, we'll just see what happens. We will do it. So, anyways, guys, keep you posted. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of today's vlog. It's almost 11 a.m. I'm just going to go grab a drink or two from the Alchemy bar, and then I'm going to wrap it up and end it for the night. So I'll be back on the vlog tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to vlog about, so just have to see. Maybe I'll do a food review, or maybe I'll do something. I'll figure it out, guys. It's been a fun cruise so far, besides those little issues that came up, and it's been a fun cruise. It doesn't stop me from a fun vacation, so doesn't stop me from trying to have my fun. So yep, it's more just policy related. It doesn't ruin the whole vacation. But anyways guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for some other questions of the day. That'd be good. And yeah guys, thanks for watching. XpoorxchoicesX signing out. Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, then make sure you hit that thumbs up. Also, don't forget to leave a comment and hit the subscribe button. As always, see you in the next video. Peace.